Alright guys, welcome to the stream. I'm gonna see if a couple people hop in. I was just gonna go over some questions that were in the I guess some questions that were in your study guide for topic 16. Figured I'd just go over a couple for a few minutes, go ahead and work a couple out and then go from there. So I'm gonna take out the study guide, see what I can go over. Yeah, go ahead. What's something funny, Jonathan? Gotta wait for Jonathan's comment for something funny. You ripped your pants at tutoring? Oh, Miss Waddell? That's crazy, Jonathan. What were you doing? Alright, guys. So, I'm going to go ahead. I think the first one I'm going to go over is number 5 because we didn't talk a whole bunch about this. So, I kind of want to go over a little bit before the test and see what happens. So, on number 5, they talk about how many total blocks. Here, let me slide this up. How many total blocks does Celia need to walk north and east to get from her home to the library and home again? Hey, Jelly Bean. So what we got to do is we're gonna walk from her home to the library and then back home again. So we need to figure out how many blocks north and then how many blocks east. So first we need to find Celia's home is right here and then the library is right here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to count how many blocks I need to go north and then east. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 blocks north, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 total blocks, but I have 5 blocks north, 3 blocks east. And that's a one-way trip. So if we have a one-way trip, and it took us 8 blocks and we had to do it twice, so I would have 8 times 2, that would equal 16. So my answer would be C. Jelly Bean, what was this the problem that you and your dad were talking about, or is there another problem I need to work on? So while I wait for Jelly Bean to respond, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look at, let's say I'm going to form another question. Let's say she had to walk to the bus stop to the music school. How would we find that out? So since they're on the same X coordinate, I just have to find the difference in the Y coordinate. So I would go up and I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she would walk 5 blocks. Okay. Number 5. Did you want me to check any other ones, Jelly Bean? I have the answers here, so we can go over any other ones if you want. If not, I'm going to go over number 3 for now, and then anybody can just shout in if they need help with a certain one. So, if I look at number 3, and I said, first of all, for number 3, it says use the table for 3 and 4. On number 3, it says Sarah and Paul recorded the number of canned goods they collected for a 4-day period. How many canned goods had Sarah collected after day 3? Well, I don't have day 3 for Sarah, but I'm sure I can find a pattern. If on day 1 she had 7, if on day 14 if on day 2 she had 14 and on day 4 she had 28, I can see that they're going up in multiples of 7. So I know that I need to add 7 for every day for Sarah. So I do 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 plus 7 is 21. So my answer for number 3, how many canned goods had Sarah collected after day 3, would be 21. What's up, Savannah? Thanks for hopping in. I don't know if I've ever seen you in one of these live streams or not before. I don't remember the please help me name, but thanks for helping in. Do you need help with it? Do you need help with any certain number, Savannah? I'm gonna continue working on 4 while I see if Savannah needs any help. Jonathan, if you need help with a problem, let me know and I'll do it right now. So for number 4, if X is the number of days and Y is the number of canned goods collected, what is the rule for Paul's data? So what they're saying is this would be X and this would be Y. So what is Paul's rule? Let's go ahead and look at the pattern. We would have 5 and then 10, 15, and 20. So I can look at the pattern and see that Paul's going up in increments of 5. Or for every day we add 5. So then I need to look at my answers and see which one represents every day adding 5. Well, if I look at A and it says Y equals 4 times X, does that go up in increments of 5? No. If I look at B and I see Y equals 5 times X and X is the number of days, well, does that work? Well, for day 1, you would have 1 times 5. That makes sense. For day 2, you would have 2 times 5, and that would equal 10. So that makes sense. Day 3 would be 3 times 5, and that would equal 15. So far, I'm liking answer B. But I'm going to go ahead and check the other 2 just to make sure. So for C, Y equals X plus 5. Well, I'm going to use day 3 for an example. If X was 3, then we would do 3 plus 5 equals 8. Well, that doesn't work for Paul. We can't find that on the table. Let's look at D. Let's use day 4. If X was 4, so 4 plus 7 is 11, and that would equal 4 plus 7 is 11. So if Y equals 11 on day 4, is that correct for the table? So both of those would be no. So the only valid answer I have is B, because Y equals 5 times the number of days, and that's how much canned goods Paul collected. Oh, I'm sorry, Savannah. All right, so let me do number 6. So let me slide this over, and I'm just going to work right here. The directions for number 6 is, which ordered pair is located on the line shown on the graph? So I need to find out which one of these answers, these order pairs, are plotted on the graph. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to identify the lines first. So I'm the dots. So I'm going to do, the first one is on my x-axis. I go 1 and then 2 on the y. So that one is 1, 2. My second order pair, I'm going to go to 2 on the axis, 4 on the y. So that one is 2, 4. My third order pair, I'm going to go to 3 on the x-axis, Savannah. Then I'm going to go up to where my dot is on the y. So that would be 3, 6. Savannah, once I have these 3 plotted, I can go ahead and I can just look at everything. And then I can decide, well, which order pair is located on the line shown on the graph. So do I see a 0, 6? Nope. Do I have a 2, 1? No, I have a 1, 2, but not a 2, 1. Do I have a 3, 6? Yes, I do. And I'm going to go ahead and check D just to be sure. Do I have a 6, 3? Well, if I go to 6 on the X and 3 on the Y, I do not have a 6, 3. So the answer for number 6 would be C. Do you guys have any other ones you want me to go over? I'm going to go ahead and look through this real quick, and then I'll probably hop off it unless anybody has any other questions. You know what? I'm going to do number 7 and number 10, and then I'm going to get out of here. So let's look at number 7. At the end of the month, Phil's fish store had a balance of $5,860 in the bank. They spent $1,000. You unsubscribed. Thank you, Julian. I love that. They spent $1,100 on monthly expenses, such as rent and fish food. They made $3,240 selling fish and another $520 selling fish tank accessories. How much money did Phil's fish store have in the bank before the start of the month? So what is it asking us to solve? It's asking us to find out how much money did Phil's fish store have in the bank before the start of the month. So at the end of the month, they had a balance of $5,860. They spent, so we're going to take away $1,100 on rent and fish food. So that's going to leave us with $4,760. Hey, I'll sub to you. Hold on, there you go. I'll sub to you, Julian. Right after I get done with the live stream, I'll click over there, okay? So now after we know how much they spent, we need to find out how much they made. So they made another $3,240 plus another $520. And then all we have to do, wait a second. I think I did something wrong. How much money did Phil's Fish Tank have in the bank before the start of the month? Okay, I did something wrong on number 7. Can you guys figure out what I did? I'm going to use this right here. So at the end of the month, let me do it this way. They had $5,860 at the end of the month. Actually, we're going to have to go this way. Okay. But they spent, that's at the end of the month. So we're going to put end right there. They spent $1,100. Made, let's see how much they made. They made $3,240 plus $520. Let's slide this up some so you guys can see that. So I'm going to add up how much they made together. Which is 0, 6, 7, 3. And then I'm going to take away how much they spent. So they spent $1,100. So that's going to leave me with a total of, ooh, got to keep sliding. I keep sliding. Let's see. Ooh, got to keep sliding. There we go. That's going to leave me a total of 0, 6, 6, $2,660. And I know at the beginning they started with 5,000. At the end of the month they ended with 5,860. So I'm going to subtract what they made this month, which is 2,660, to find out how much they started the month with. And I really need my rag. There we go. Okay. So let's find out what my grand total is going to be. I'm going to find, this is what we ended the month with right here. This is what we made during the month. So we're going to subtract our total that we had at the end of the month to what we made to find out what we begun with. So we're going to have 0, 0, 2, and 3. So we started the month with 3,200. That was a tricky question. So let me go ahead and fill in my answer then. my answer for number 7 would be 3,200. Okay? My final one I'm going to do before I hop off, unless anybody has any questions, is I'm going to work out number 10. From the library, Sean walked 4 blocks east, 2 blocks north, 2 blocks west, and 2 blocks south. Mark his ending position on the grid map, then describe the easiest way to return to the starting point. So, I'm going to start at the library, and I'm going to go, I need to look at my cardinal directions. I'm going to go 2 blocks east, so I'm going to go 1, 2. Then I'm going to go 2 blocks north, so I'm going to go 1, 2. And then I'm going to go 2 blocks west, 1, 2. And then I'm going to go 2 blocks south. This is 1. Oh, I know what I did. I didn't go 4 blocks east. So I need to start this again. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to go 2 blocks west. No, I'm going to go 2 blocks north, which would be 1, 2. And then I'm going to go 2 blocks west, which is going to be 1, 2. And then I'm going to go 2 blocks south, which is going to be 1, 2. So my final spot is going to be right here. So now I need to just see my ending of my question. Then describe the easiest way to return to the starting point. Well, the easiest way from where I'm at to return to the starting point would be 2 blocks west. So I would need to walk 2 blocks west. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you're catching this after I got done live streaming, if you have any questions, post it in a comment. I'll check back tonight after I get done eating dinner before I go to sleep, just to see if you guys have anything to add. Good luck tomorrow. You guys going on the field trip. Have fun with Miss Reinhardt. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful evening. And get some sleep and be ready for your test in the morning. I would love to see everybody get an A on here so I can have some really good report cards. All right, guys. Have a good evening. Make sure you subscribe and comment and hit the like button.